Hi, my name is Aaron Linsdau. I'm a polar explorer and motivational speaker. Today I'm going to give you a little experience of what being in La Jolla, California, in the San Diego metropolis is like. Today we're at La Jolla in San Diego. La Jolla is one of the most popular tourist spots in the city because there's actually so much to do. Parking is a little bit of a challenge, but boy, if you want a real quintessential San Diego experience, it's hard to go wrong when you come to La Jolla. One of the most popular things is actually the animals. You wouldn't think coming into a major city that animals would be a big thing. You'd think you go to the zoo or the wild animal park or safari park or whatever it is. But in fact, the animals are one of the major attractions of La Jolla. You can see sea lions, seals, cormorants, seagulls. Well, seagulls aren't that exciting, but you can still see them. Let's see, what do we have? Pelicans, fish. What else do we have here? I don't know, all sorts of birds and animal life. But one of the major attractions at the Cove and then the children's pool are the seals. Now, I'm here right now when it's not the pupping season, where the seals ostensibly take over the whole beach and really run the place over. And over the years, it's actually created a lot of controversy in San Diego because according to the Marine Mammal Act, you can't get too close, you can't harass them, and you don't want to bother these animals anyway, because even though they look fat and blubby, and they waddle around, their teeth are like an inch or 2 inches, so should you get bitten, that's a mammal bite, is a major problem. So you don't want to actually mess with them, but standing back and where's my phone? Bust out with your phone and film these guys. Totally cool. It's a really fun experience. The cormorants really take over the area too. They coat the rocks with guano, better known as bird poop. And they go around. The pelicans are pretty neat. They fly along, and if it's really interesting, they'll boom dive into the water. Other parts that are fun about La Jolla is there are several different small beaches, a few that are hidden. So the most popular beach is La Jolla Beach, or they call it La Jolla Shores, and that's not in this Cove area, but it's across the bay, harbor, whatever the heck it's called. And that's super popular too. Parking there on the weekend during the summer, crazy! So just be aware of that, but it's a really gorgeous beach. That beach is also popular with surfers because the surf break tends to be very gentle. It's consistent, so it's easier to learn surfing. There's not too much trouble of locals. The old guys, they hang out at the beach and talk about back in my day, surfing types. There's also, because this whole area is based on sandstone, there's a whole series of caves along here. And behind me, up the way, there's a small cave that you can get into. It's full of sand. It's totally accessible. But for the more exciting experience, you can actually go to the cave store with your family, and you can go down whatever it is, 100, 200 stairs, and go in this little tunnel area. If you're claustrophobic, and it takes like 1 minute to walk down into the tunnel, so that's actually pretty cool. If you're real claustrophobic, you won't be going there. But it's a great place to take the kids and the family so they can get in the cave, and even with the little ones, you don't have to worry too much about them. For the more adventurous types, you can go out snorkeling and paddle around and see all the fishes and the sea lions swimming around you. I mean, it's like being in an aquarium. Now, mind you, this is not like Hawaii or the Caribbean where you have super bright fish. This area is much more subdued, and the fish aren't nearly as crazy. Every so often, I think when I've snorkeled there, the bottom's 20 to 30 feet deep, so if you're really good, you can hold your breath and dive in like that. And I've done that, and you go down. There aren't hardly any abalone here. I guess they're not legal to collect anymore because we wiped them out. But the urchins, there's all sorts of neat stuff there too. But for the super adventurous, you can either get a kayak and start at the shores and kayak out, or stand-up paddleboard. People do that too. But for me, I like to dive in the water, swim around, and I like to snorkel into the caves at the Cove. That is the coolest experience ever. However, word of caution, you do not want to go when there's high surf, because This has happened to my brother, myself, my dad, and other people I know. When those waves are crashing and those barnacles are on that rock, I mean, that stuff is like cheese grater. You get caught on that, you get churned up, life will be unhappy, you'll have bloody arms and that. There is one cave tunnel that you can snorkel through. It's best done with a wetsuit, because a lot of times as the swell's coming in and out, you start snorkeling through that thing, the swell comes in, you literally get pinned to the top, and you just gotta chill. And when you chill in that cave and then the water comes back down, you keep snorkeling along. Really neat experience. La Jolla is also famous for its shopping, its food, photography, and art galleries. There's a Tom Mangelson gallery here. There's several other photographers. The Crab Catcher is a real popular restaurant, among others. Check your phone, check Yelp or TripAdvisor to see what works for you. Real famous shopping street on Girard. That's a real popular place, so it's quite beautiful. When you come to San Diego, La Jolla is definitely quite the experience. And as you can see here, there are these pretty crazy trees. There's a huge park just behind the camera here. I'll show it in a minute. But the grass area is massive, and one of the neat things that during the summer, the city rolls in these huge, I don't even know, a van, caravan, some big box thing on wheels. And they'll wheel in here and during the summer, and they'll have concerts and plays and all sorts of fun stuff. So really it's not just a beachy area or a cove or just a park. There's really something going along for just about everyone. I mean, you'll hear kids screaming in the background, families walking along, couples walking hand in hand. Hey guys, gals, if you want a great first date idea, hard to go wrong with the Cove. Now the people who live in San Diego, they know about La Jolla, that most people have been to the Cove and the cave. So that's no surprise, but people coming from Miami, Des Moines, Iowa, I don't know, wherever, New Hampshire, Devil's Lake, North Dakota. If you're gonna come to San Diego and just check out one quintessential experience, La Jolla is definitely hard to beat. I don't know how many times I've been here in the morning, in the evening, just enjoying the experience. As you'll notice here, it's actually quite overcast. And that's one of the characteristics of San Diego. What month is this? September? After June through July, August, part of September, most of the time, this is called the marine layer. The ocean warms up, this cloud cover comes in. If you're like a hardcore sun person, make sure to not come to San Diego in May and June, because they have what is called May gray and June gloom. And the clouds come in and you might see the sun from 1 to 2 in the afternoon. It's actually pretty hilarious. I've had conventions that I've come to and I've spoke at and met other people, and they come to San Diego out of wherever they've come from. They come here in June and it's like, where's the sun? It's supposed to be San Diego. Nope, sorry folks. This is actually one of those places where the water warms up way off the coast, evaporates, comes into the area, and all of a sudden it's overcast. Now you might think, oh, that's terrible, it's a horrible thing. People here get used to it. It's not as bad as Seattle. It's not hardcore gray. There is actually sun. It's not misty here, hardly at all. I mean, sometimes the fog will come in. That's pretty normal. But just know that if you come here too early in the morning or too late in the afternoon like this, it's, what time is it? Just about 6 o'clock, and it's in the summer, it's gonna be a little gray. That's just the nature of the business. If you wanna see for snorkeling and kayaking, the sunny times are definitely the best. But one of the big challenges, if you arrive too early and it's gray, like, hey, we get parking anywhere along the front road here, you only have 3-hour parking, so that is a challenge. But if you get here early enough, it's not too bad. You get here late, you might be driving that sucker a long time. I just happened to luck out today. Only took one pass to find a parking space. Some of my family members have come here and they've driven 2 or 3 or 4 times. You're like, ah! Note, there is under, I think it's the Crab Catcher building, there is a paid parking lot. So if you're sick of driving around and you just want to get the experience going, just pony up the money, and it'll be a much better experience. Also, super local secret is up in the neighborhoods. If you're willing to hoof it for like 10 minutes, it's no big deal. It's actually much easier to find parking in some of the neighborhoods. Now just watch out, because some neighborhoods have implemented permit parking only, because people who live here, they get sick of trying to find parking and fight about it. So that's a consideration. As far as wheelchair access and disabled friendly, I've seen a couple people here with wheelchairs, with the oxygen tanks, I mean, all sorts of crazy stuff. So this area is highly accessible. There only are, was it 2, 3, maybe 4 handicap spaces, and they're always full. So definitely don't rely on them. So you can actually park pretty far out and then walk all along here. It's relatively flat. Also, for the rock climbers in this in this world of YouTube people out there, there actually is a wall, maybe, I don't know, 1/10 of a mile up, where you can put on your climbing shoes and climb up and down and do traverses. It's a totally cool experience. I mean, just about something for everybody here, whether it's parks, the beach, the sun, the sand, going to the shores. La Jolla, definitely hard to beat. La Jolla is on the coast. It's about in the center of San Diego County. I don't have a map up right now, so don't worry about that. But needless to say, you just punch into La Jolla on your phone. It's spelled L-A space J-O-L-L-A. Now, people from the rest of the country say, hey, where's that La Jolla place? Don't look like a non-local. It's a Spanish word. Spanish people, Mexican people, Spaniards pronounce it La Jolla. Just trust me on this one. It looks like La Jolla. It's not. It's La Jolla. Now, also, there's a couple beautiful restaurants that are at the edge that are 11-story buildings. Great for breakfast. Breakfast date, that's for sure. So, if you want to come and enjoy the quintessential La Jolla and San Diego experience, hard to go wrong here. My name is Aaron Linsdau. I'm a polar explorer, motivational speaker. I hope you've enjoyed my little talk on La Jolla. It's part of the World Beyond experience. Granted, we're in a city, but hey, if you're from the Midwest and Missouri, this is definitely the World Beyond. Please like and comment on my video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.